I was going to do this yesterday, but I fell asleep and I slept a lot. I feel a lot better now, though. Um, I got the coil done yesterday morning, and I'm not completely happy with it. But I needed to do the coil just so that I could find out where I was at, and I got most of the wraps that I wanted. There's still a little bit left, not a whole lot, but I wanted 19 wraps and I did not get that. So for me, it is a failure. It does look nice, um, but the inside indentions where the coil is meeting up with at every point still aren't big enough. My initial designs for myself had always been that I would make a fish hook as opposed to a more horseshoe design. And I did it this way this time because I wasn't sure how the wire was going to lay out. Usually it will seek to saddle into these points like I have them, but I wasn't sure if it was going to try to saddle again like it usually does when I do a cable, or if it was going to try to spread out, especially right along in here on the top and bottom where it has a more flat surface. So I'm going to redo this again. I'll start making the cuts tonight. The coil itself, it will be functional. So at this point it's just a matter of aesthetics and me being obsessive and compulsive, and doesn't really have anything to do with it being functional or anything of that nature. It'll work just fine. I just don't like it because I'm used to a specific way of having it done, working, and I'm not going to get that as of yet with how I have it. The way I've done it before with having a more fishhook style indention system in the ribs allows for far more fluid of motion when I'm actually making the coil, as opposed to the more traditional method that a lot of makers use where they just do a straight U-shape indention all along here. And for me, I've tried it, but for me it's just I you know I it's too clunky. So when I do a more diagonal shape to it with a hook in the bottom, it just goes right into place, and I can make the coil a lot quicker from, like, let's say a manufacturing standpoint. It makes it it would make it a lot more cheaper to the customer if I were selling them. Um, because at that point it's going to be a matter of how much the cost would be as per the amount of time that it takes to build it. And so at this point it's just about seeing how much time it's going to take, because I've never done a single strand before. I've always done cables, so I can loop all the cables with a couple hooks, one attached to a drill, and then I can turn the drill and spool the wire real quick, and then I'm off to the races and I've got the coil made in no time. This is totally different. So right now I'm just kind of exploring different things. I wasn't real sure, like I said, on how the wire was going to lay out. That question was answered. So it was just a waste of time. But all joking aside with that, I'm going to go ahead and make the cuts tonight, and I should have a couple coils made tomorrow, and it'll be off to the races. Hopefully within the next few days I'll have all the coils made and I can get everything hooked back up to the motors and see how it runs. Anyways, if you made it this far, thank you for watching. I appreciate it. See you next time.